And we are back here at the Minor League Esports presented by APM Music. One final series on this Saturday night here at the Forbidden Temple. It has been a whole lot of fun so far. We've got this last matchup in the Academy League. The Hurricanes and the Sabres going to be dueling it out to see which of these two teams going to improve their standings a little bit here in the mid-season. I am Hunted, your host, and with me in the booth here is Kendo. And Kendo, we mentioned it, we touched on it a little bit before we went to break. Both teams, not the ideal starts to their seasons, but certainly not starts that they can't recover from, and this could be a great week to do so.
I mean, being 500 or close to 500 is always a good thing within the MLE, especially in the middle of the season. It means you still have time to make adjustments. You still have time to improve upon what you've already done. So, Sabres, 15-15. They're 1-5, though, on the season. So, I want you to understand what that means. They have gone 2-3 in 5 of their series, and then a 5-0 in the one series that they did win. That, in my opinion, puts a little bit of a higher card on the Sabres, despite the fact that the Hurricanes at 16-14 have a 3-3 record.
Well, and I mean, that's kind of the key to these standings as well, is that when you lose, you want to lose as close as possible, but still finding those series wins is very important. I mean, it comes down to overall record, it comes down to games, and it's interesting. If we were going based off of games, Kendo, these two teams are pretty much neck and neck heading into this week, and that's why I think this series is so important for either side.
Absolutely, and I also looked, a lot of the stats are very similar. Looks like we don't have Sammy at the moment, and not sure what's going on here. That definitely is a non-connected Sammy. We're gonna figure out what is going on. This might end up going back to a quick break.
Yeah, it's not often you see players join up and then immediately on the kickoff somebody lose connection or something like that, which I think is what happened. Yeah, it looked like Sammy did drop connection, so an unfortunate game crash, and it looks like we are going to be restarting the lobby, so a little bit more time to chat about this one. I'm sure we'll take that goal off the board as well, start fresh with 5 minutes on the clock. And again, both teams coming into this one very even on the game score, not so even on the series score, but I don't think that really matters for any of the players on the field right now. I think it's all going to be about this first game and making sure that you play responsibly enough, but also aggressive enough to really put your opponents on the back foot. Expect a pretty fun, a pretty high action first half or so here in game one.
Oh, one of my favorite things also is this is the Academy League. So these are guys who are in the midst of growth in their Rocket League game and in their Rocket League lives. They are chasing after that champion rank with everything that they have. So you're not necessarily going to see the highest quality mechanics in the world, but that does not mean that in a twos game you won't have high amounts of firepower or an insane caliber of a matchup. I really do feel like the caliber of this matchup between these two teams, just based upon the stats, is going to be incredible. So I'm looking forward. Hopefully we don't have connection issues throughout for one of our players here. That would be an absolute travesty, but we're going to see as we go into game number one, who will get the better, who will get the leg up between the Sabres and the Hurricanes. And I'm hoping for a great matchup.
Well, you know, you say the stats and what it alludes to. Well, both teams kind of throwing their ace striker on the pitch for this series. Coming into this one, Blitz, 25 goals already this season. That's good for 1.7 goals per game.
Wow.
For the Hurricane side, and you say wow to that, but on the other side, Sammy comes into this series with an even better goals per game average, with 2 goals per game, I believe 30 total. My. 30 total goals coming into this one for Sammy. So expect both teams to be looking to those star strikers to really put them in the driver's seat. I could certainly see this being a very high-scoring series.
Well, you see, Hunted, gotta go back to my MLE Season 4 days. Back in my day, if you had 30 goals in a season, you were a golden striker.
Let me tell you, my man, that's actually impressive this early in the season for them to have that kind of statistics. And when you go and average that out to games, 2 goals a game within the Academy League is a very impressive number. I can't wait to see this battle between the Sabres and the Hurricanes. You know, this is getting me even more hype at this point, Hunted. I can't wait. I think we got everybody in. Let's get them going.
I think everybody is here. I'm sure they are eager to start. Hopefully no more connection issues. All things are good for both sides. But we will be getting this one underway as soon as the players feel like they would like to start the game. Not quite sure what's going on, Kendo. Maybe still some connection issues. But either way, we promise we'll get this game number 1 of our final series of the night underway here at the MLE Esports. And of course, we welcome everybody from MLE Esports GG2, where I'm sure there was a whole lot of fun action, Kendo. And middle of the season, again, an important series for both teams. 2 players that have put up an unbelievable amount of goals to start the season. I'm so excited. It looks like game 1 finally underway now.
Yep, here we go. Game 1 between the Hurricanes and the Sabres. Of course, Academy League action. Big C, a man after my own heart, though. He is going to be driving and representing Merc Nation here for the Sabres. And, you know, it doesn't get any better than that. Blitz going to get first blood, though.
Blitz first on the board, comes off a tough challenge out of the corner. Big C was looking to get that ball past the incoming Hurricanes attacker, but unfortunately just a bit too hard off the corner wall, and Blitz will start the goal scoring as again, Blitz, crossbar down. Oh no, follow-up touch. Thought that would be a quick 2-goal lead for the Hurricanes.
You thought, my friend, you thought, but it's going to be quickly right back. The Sabres on the ball. Big C gives this up to Blitz. Who will control the ball in the mid, I think, is going to be the biggest question I want answered in this game number 1. And right now, Sammy cannot get through Blitz. Big C loses the 50-50 out. And now the Hurricanes have an opportunity to get this into the Sabres zone. It's high off the backboard. He'll keep rolling, rolling, rolling. No limp biscuit needed, as Big C will get the clear.
So far, the Hurricanes doing a great job of possessing the ball. They're not really letting the Sabres too much offensive zone time, nor really ball control. Pretty much the only amount of ball control we've seen is a couple of longer clears from the Sabres, keeping the Hurricanes out of the zone. But this is how you want to start this game. Sammy, as we mentioned, coming into this one with a ton of goals under his belt already in the season. Best way to counteract that, don't give Sammy the ball and don't give him space. Just take shots.
And of course, Big C will be one that I do watch out for, because Big C has been in the league for, I think, a good solid 3 to 4 seasons now. He continues to improve his game, and when he started out, he was down in that Foundation League looking extremely good. We will see how things work out for the Sabre squad, but right now, they will definitely need to keep possession through the mid. Sammy will do just that. Gets it out into the corner. Blitz is going to win the 50-50, though. Quick recovery, my friend, and that may lead to an opportunity. This is wide open net. Score will just get the touch, but Sammy the follow.
And I like the idea from Scorpio Rising right there, trying to get that one away, just doesn't quite have the angle to play it into the corner. Sammy gonna turn quickly on it, go top shelf with the ensuing shot, tying the game up at 1 just before the halftime here. And exactly what we expected from these two teams. taking advantage of tough opportunities. This time it's the Sabres, and that was really their first big goal-scoring chance of the game. Good to see them make it work.
Oh, Sammy's going to be looking for another one. That one may find its way dangerously towards the net, but it'll be Scorpio Rising. Not able to get by Big C. Big C around the corner, doesn't stick with it, just right there though, and that's the shot that puts it in.
And this is just a solid, hard-working play out of the corner from the Big C. Plays that one up. I don't really think Big C was expecting to take a shot with that play, especially with Blitz there. But the opportunity arises, doesn't back down from the challenge. Able to go top shelf. Now the Hurricanes in a bit of a tough spot. Scorpio Rising almost got that one by off the kickoff. Big C's going to load up and fire again. Already 5 shots on the board for the Big C, and he's potted 2 of them.
I think we're underestimating how big this man is. I mean, this is enormous performance out of the man in the Merc, and he has his team on top by 2, just under 2 minutes to go. Blitz off the kickoff. Can Scorpio Rising get it in? It'll be Big C with that big old Merc keeping the ball out. That's 2 saves now, Hunted.
And Sammy better be thanking the Big C for the goal line stand there. Not the greatest kickoff, almost conceding a quick goal as the Hurricanes now really under the gun. They've only got 1:30 left to go, need 2. And right now it's a challenge just getting out of the zone.
It might be a challenge to hit the ball, and Sammy will finally get on it. Big C taken out of the picture by Blitz. Probably a smart move there, because the last thing you need is a ball centered by Sammy to Big C, who is absolutely in fuego right now. We have 50-50 win. To be a ball careening in the Hurricane zone. Scorpio Rising cannot get by Big C, and Blitz will further this possession in the mid still. Sammy with a 2v1. However, Big C gonna stay back for boost. It's just a 1v1. Sammy, the carry down. It is Blitz to keep it away. This is gonna leave a wide open touch for Big C, but he misses. Scorpio Rising coming all the way down, and the Hurricanes will take their fast break opportunity.
And I was honestly surprised to see the Hurricanes give Sammy so much space, able to make that play. Luckily, they didn't get punished for it, but time continues to tick away with only 25 seconds left to go. They've got to shut down these plays quickly and look for some offense.
17 seconds, as you said, time ticking down. The Hurricanes desperately needing to establish something, but, you know, Katrina doesn't grow 2 categories in a day. You gotta know the Hurricanes a little bit too little too late here as the offensive pressure does come out. The Sabres are going to win game 1. The Hurricanes are going to be searching for something different going into game 2.
And that is going to be the key. What do they need to change to overcome this Sabres offense? And again, I really thought that early on in that game, the Hurricanes were doing a pretty good job of kind of taking the Sabres out of it for quite a while. It wasn't until an opportunity was kind of gifted to them with a bit of a misclear off the back wall that the Sabres started to feel themselves a little bit on the offensive side. So I think if you're the Hurricanes, I think it's time to not panic, number 1, of course. But number 2, kind of take a look at what you were doing early on in that game. What felt right? What gave you that feeling of winning the game, of ball possession, and try to recreate that, because the Sabres really didn't have an answer until they were able to get on the board, again, due to a bit of a scramble play on the backside.
Yeah, not quite, my friend, but I love the initiation out of the Sabres. Big C made a big impact here, and they're going to need more of that, as we do have a server going down for maintenance. That just means we get a little more talk at League, ladies and gents. And I'm going to be looking throughout this game at the statistics. Sammy versus Blitz. Right now, it's 1 goal to 1 goal. The big difference is coming in the form of the letter C, and you don't need Sesame Street to know who I'm talking about.
Well, hey, we did talk about Blitz and Sammy a lot, and while the Big C and Scorpio Rising are 2 players who don't really lead their team in any of the flashy categories, You're not going to see them on the Golden Striker list. You're not going to see them with the most saves or most assists in a season. They do still fill a very important role to their teams. They're facilitating players. They make things easier for those who are able to find opportunities and score goals. And I mean, the Big C showed that off in spades in that game. I mean, scoring 2 goals, not something to scoff at, but I like the play from Big C, making sure to stay responsible, which is a key I always love to talk about in these kinds of, in this league, specifically in the Academy League, is to stay responsible and use your positioning wisely, but at the same time, not backing down from plays, facilitating the offense, make it easy for Sammy to find his way on the pitch, and it's going to be good things for your team.
Absolutely. As we give everybody the go-ahead, we have a new lobby up. Everyone jumping in, my friend, and it will take steadfast presence, I feel like, for both of these teams to really make the impact. And right off the bat, the Hurricanes looking to come out with a little more presence behind the ball. Here's Sammy. He'll bring this ball back into the offensive zone. Blitz misses the ball completely. Big C was a little too far forward. They could have punished there.
I mean, if you're the Hurricanes, you'll take that one and keep looking. I don't think the Sabres were really looking for any kind of punish. I don't think you expect Blitz to miss that good bump onto Sammy to keep the Sabres away. But I think if you're the Sabres, you're looking for those opportunities, of course, but you don't want to overdo it. Yeah, you scored 3 goals in the last game, but you have to continue to play the smart game. You can't get overzealous and overconfident in yourself and start giving away goals.
We talk about something very underrated in this MLE dichotomy, my friend. The fact that both of these teams are in almost full uniform. The Hurricanes, both exact same everything, even down to the titanium white halos. You love to see it. Big C and Sammy a little bit different. Just got the tunica, white tunicas on Big C. I love what we're seeing out of this young man. He is going to continue to push this ball in. The Sabres are going to go up early, but I love the uniformity that we have going on.
Oh, it is. The MLE certainly never seems to disappoint when it comes to car selection, car fashion, if you will, throughout the season. We always see a lot of great ones. I can appreciate the uniforms. I also can appreciate some of the players and some of the teams allowing their players to kind of bring their own little flair to the team colors, and it's always nice to see what people come up with. But I agree, it does look good when everybody's kind of on the same page.
100%, my friend. His Big C going to bring this in the offensive zone. Shot on, scores! This man's having a coming out party to score goals in the 2 games.
And this time it's just Blitz on the miss. Scorpio Rising can't get back to the ball in time. And again, the Big C not doing anything spectacular to score these goals. It's not highly mechanical. It's not flashy. It's just smart play, putting yourself in a position to allow the enemy team to make mistakes. And he has capitalized, as you said, 4 times already in this series. Love to see that. Love to see a player get rewarded for playing smart Rocket League, not necessarily flashy Rocket League.
Speaking of smart, Sammy right here. The bump's going to open everything up. This is going to be high. Big C will put it wide. I love the leave here as the Sabres just looming. They're keeping possession over and over, weaving back and forth, and the ball has not left the Hurricane zone. Sammy just wide on the shot. Blitz is finally going to get this one out. Hopefully they have the boost to do something with it. This is a back pass. Very good one, I might add, but it will be met with pressure. Blitz, touch towards the box. It'll be Big C. Quickly out on this. It'll be played all the way into the Hurricane zone. Big C, 2v1, can put this off the wall, but Blitz will meet him there and see this one away. A quick 1-2, and it's a long clear.
We're into the final 2 minutes. The Sabres still controlling pace of play. in this game. And outside of really that first minute of game one, to me, it looks like Blitz has been struggling a bit in this series. And a couple of missed touches, a couple of whiffs and giveaways, not what you want to see from the player who is who should be your main striker on the field. Hopefully we can see Blitz start to settle in. I think Scorpio Rising doing what he can to try to get Blitz activated on offense. But like this is just dangerous out in front. Big C almost gets there for the punt.
Yeah, the biggest thing that you can do as you're moving up from Academy League into Champion League is to initiate a little bit faster and hesitate less. Those are the two things. You need to have that confidence in your game, and Sammy gonna score another one here for the Sabres. They now have a 3-goal lead. This is just confidence. Being there in the mid, taking the ball right off of Scorpio Rising, and the Sabres are firmly on top in game 2.
And you can call it confidence if you want. I honestly just call it taking advantage of opportunities given. A bit of a miscommunication. You saw Blitz. Looked like he wanted to play that ball. Scorpio Rising getting in front of the play, and things just breaking down here for the Hurricanes. I really do not want to take anything away from the Sabres. They have played, like I said, a very smart game of Rocket League, and I'd love to see that at this level. But the Hurricanes have, it's almost every single goal has come off the backside of some form of defensive mistake, as the Big C going to finish off the hat trick. And the Sabres doing a great job again of capitalizing. I think this was really the first goal that you can point to say it's from the offensive production. But the Hurricanes really need to clean up these defensive errors, and they can make this a competitive series if they do.
They can, my friend, and hopefully they will, because I am a caster who does root for content. And I would love to see decisive Game 5s instead of Game 5 like we saw earlier, where there was a big comeback. You love to see it, the competitive nature of two teams. But a pure Game 5, there's nothing better in Rocket League. And Sammy with the save on Scorpio Rising. They don't want to give him a single inch here. 4-0. Will it hold? Yes, it will. The Sabres on top with a statement.
A big opportunity right now for the Sabres. Got to come into game number 3, continue to play the way that you have, and be focused and confident in yourselves in taking the victory. Again, I talked about this series being an important one for both teams, potential to kind of kickstart the rest of your season as you make a look to push into the playoffs. And if you can come up big against the Hurricanes, especially, sweeping them, if you will, in the first 3 games, that's a lot of confidence built up for your team. And right now, it looks like the Big C and Sammy, as long as they stay calm, can certainly do it.
I appreciate this more than anything else out of Sammy. Yes, Sammy's one of the better goal scorers in Academy League right now. But one of the things that makes a great player is willingness to be able to be the support system for your teammate. And Sammy has done just that. Sammy's not exactly scoring all of his opportunities on offense, but the defense is there, the passes are there, and Sammy's enabling Big C to be even more than Big C normally is. It's just enlarging the amount of impact that this Sabres team can have as a duo, and that is something you love to see. By the way, hat trick.
Hat trick indeed. It's what you want to see from these young developing players. But now, again, the Sabres, it's up to them to maintain this play. Don't want to sit back thinking you've got this one in the bag, because I'm sure the Hurricanes going to start throwing whatever they've got at the Sabres goal here.
Well, here's Sammy in the mid. It will be Blitz jumping on it. Scorpio Rising with a shot. It's going to be towards the net. Big C with the answer on the goal line yet again. The Sabres continue to keep the cork in the goal post. Oh my, Sammy up and over. It's first blood for the Sabres.
It's unfortunate. I like the thought. Scorpio Rising trying to keep the pressure on. When you're the last player back, that ball's coming at you. You've got to get yourself a touch on it. And unfortunately, couldn't quite make it work. It will be a 1-0 game now for the Sabres, first 30 seconds in. And if you are the Hurricanes, need to see a response. You need to see it quickly.
And here is what may be a response. It's a need, but Big C again being the man to sweep things away. Now he's looking for even more. Gets it through the corner. It's high for Sammy. Blitz will pull a Big C maneuver of his own. Ball floating in the box. It's in the danger zone. Sammy shot on, scores! And now Sammy with 2 goals to his name.
Nice pass from the Big C as well. Scorpio Rising trying to get out there, and there's the miscommunication again. Looked like the Hurricanes both wanted to challenge it. Blitz realizing the double commit was about to happen. Tried to stop, tried to get back to defend. Just couldn't quite get there, and the Sabres continue to roll.
And here are the Hurricanes looking for one. Scorpio Rising going to miss out completely. Big C, 1v1, forces the 50-50. Stays with this ball and will not get it on net, but I love the tenacity to stick with it. This is a need for the Hurricanes. Back the other way. A double commit opens up the net for the Sabres. Oh my. And they aren't going to be able to push it towards the net and on. And I mean, at this point, Blitz will come back and make this happen. Missed opportunity, but they do convert anyway.
Yeah, this, I think, is a little bit of some impatience there from Big C. Certainly didn't need to make that touch. Could have let that on into the corner. Maybe got a bit scared, thought there'd be a Hurricanes player bearing down, but fortunately the touch serves it up on a platter, and Blitz on the board. What we were expecting from the Hurricanes striker. Bring it back to within 1, as still plenty of time for the Hurricanes to try to strike again. There's a good chance.
Ooh.
Scorpio Rising. Far post, and it's 2-2.
And this is finally the Hurricanes showing some initiative. Blitz will get a hard one off the backboard. Scorpio, first one to the ball, and that's a pure shot. Top right cheese. We have Deuces Wild. It's a great effort by the Hurricanes to tie this one up. Only 2 minutes into game 3. Off the face-off. Hurricanes on the back foot. We'll see if they can get this ball broken out. A bit of a team bump there, but Sammy will recover well. Big C might need to be a little more aware of how big that Merc truly is. See, just about sent Sammy to the Shadow Realm. Quite the recovery, my friend. Keep that from affecting the flow of the game. Here's Big C. We'll put this into the corner. He's going to retreat as he is a little bit lower on boost than he would like. He will go for this one, though. It is played across by Blitz. And Scorpio Rising now with the breakout. The Hurricanes, they have a lot of momentum right now, Hunted, and I think they're looking for more. They definitely have a lot more control under their belt as Blitz is going to put this off the backboard. It was just off on the shot. Scorpio is going to miss the shot. Blitz another one, but Big C equal to the task.
A big save there, and I agree with you. It looks like the Hurricanes feeling it a little bit more right now. The Sabres have done a pretty good job of making sure they neutralize these offensive plays. Oh no, that one's close to rolling, and Sammy will get there. But need to continue that if you're the Sabres. Cannot let the Hurricanes get comfortable on the offensive side. Don't want their rotation to starve you out. It will turn into a goal eventually. And remember, the Sabres are trying to close this in 3 straight.
Loose ball. Sammy not able to get up and over the midfield defense. And Big C forward in his thought process. Sammy could go for this, chooses not to, and I like the safe play, but I also am an opportunist. I see balls like that, I salivate, my friend. Big C, no hesitation there, will push the ball wide, and the Sabres will recoup the forces here in the mid. A nice touch. The 50-50 Big C able to get up and over. Can he get him by and through? Scorpio Rising, not quite. And the Hurricanes bringing it back.
These 45 seconds really could change the complexion of this series a ton if the Hurricanes can hang on. Oh no, Sammy, that's towards that Scorpio Rising doesn't make it. Oh no, Blitz can't get there either. It falls in, and that one's not gonna feel good for the Hurricanes.
No, it's not, my friend. And Big C and Sammy, I mean, if they miss this shot, if they miss that shot, there's a chance for an opening back the other way. Never mind the team bump. Instead, Sabres up by 30 seconds to go. And the Hurricanes going to have to spin to win here in game number 3. And what I mean by that is they're going to have to take some chances, make some mistakes, get messy, and Scorpio Rising going to pay off.
Man, what a great way to tie up the series, or tie up the game here. Blitz just throwing it as hard as he can off the back wall. Realized he had the Sabres defenders a little bit strung out. Couldn't quite get out to that ball to challenge the incoming shot from Scorpio Rising. Beautifully done, and great resilience from the Hurricanes to tie things up with 20 to go.
Here's Big C, a ball dropped in the box. Sammy will try to keep it in the mid, but Scorpio Rising has a charge. They don't want this game to go to overtime. They want to end it now, my friend, and the Hurricanes will try to do exactly that. High lofter, will this just fall? Yes, it will. We go to overtime, game number 3. Off the kickoff, it will be Blitz all the way across. Big C's going to miss out completely. Sammy on the back foot here, and is going to need to be very decisive with his touch. Big C, open net. Blitz will score, and the Hurricanes up on this game.
My goodness. The fact that the Hurricanes were able to bring it back after what looked to be a disaster at the end of the game, gave up a goal with just about 20 seconds left. They were able to respond quickly. They kept a level head throughout the end of that game, and they get rewarded for it in overtime. Keeps the series alive as well. We're going to head into a game number 4 with the Sabres in a 2-1 position instead of a quick sweep of the series. And like I said, the ending of that game, I think, was really going to change the complexion of this series. And honestly, I think it did. That's so much momentum put forth into the Hurricanes side that I really expect to see them come out quickly in game 4 and try to strike early.
Yeah, 100%, my friend. I do expect the Hurricanes to carry some momentum, and really that's what being a Hurricane's all about. You gather the momentum while you're out at sea, and then you grow, then you wreak absolute havoc on the ground, in the air, and you bring the storm with you. That is going to be what they look for going forward. As for the Sabres, I mean, they're still giving us a very solid showing, my friend. But they lost a little bit of the control that gave them those first 2 games. They're going to have to look for it and find it very quickly, because Blitz and Scorpio Rising, they're rising, and the momentum is a very real factor in their category.
And honestly, I think the Hurricanes did a great job of cleaning up the defensive errors, really kind of outside of that final minute. But they did a wonderful job of making sure that the Sabres were earning the touches, earning their goals throughout that game, not giving away easy little dribbling plays, as this is going to be, oh no, Big C can control that one. Oh, is he going to get punished? It looks like it. My goodness, Scorpio Rising turning that on its head completely and putting the Hurricanes out early.
This is where I say jinx, my friend. We had the exact same thought, exact same time. It definitely looks like it. And Scorpio Rising will do exactly that. The Hurricanes, they're keeping the momentum going. And the last thing that you want if you're the Sabres or a Sabres fan is these guys reaching Category 5. Because they're getting there, and they're getting there swiftly. It will be Scorpio Rising on the breakout, looking for the demo on Sammy. That would have been a crucial demo. They were able to get it. Blitz, the carry around, gets it back out in the box, and Sammy will keep this away from now. A long clear is going to enable the Sabres to do some work. Can Sammy get the center for Big C? Not enough of a touch. The quick turn here. And C just forced to take it to the side. 1v1, misses the shot completely, and it's back to the drawing board for the Sabres as the Hurricanes slowly breaking out.
I want to get caught. Turn there by Sammy. That was important. Not to concede another one here if you're the Sabres. But yeah, the offense not really working out too much right now. The Hurricanes doing a halfway decent job of keeping things to the outside. A couple of plays that looked a little bit dangerous, but all in all, they've kept the Sabres off the board, and it's been a low shooting affair as that one didn't even count as a shot. So still only one shot on the board. It was the only goal of the game, as that one will count, of course, for Blitz. That'll be the second here for the Hurricanes. And right now, the Sabres just not a lot of space on the offensive side.
Well, Big C gonna take a shot. This is a slight mistouch covered well by Blitz, and Scorpio Rising will break this out. Has the follow. Does he have an extra touch? It'll be down in the box. Blitz not able to get by Big C, and the Sammy might have an opportunity to punish. Big C looking for the touch on a demo or even a bump. He will settle for the goal, though, and Sammy, great delivery.
Yeah, gotta watch this one again. It's a smart little touch from Sammy, and it's a nice goal, but my goodness, is that risky. If Scorpio Rising is about a half a second faster to that play, we're talking about a Hurricanes 2-0 lead heading into halftime here. It pays off for the Sabres, but you'd like to see them be a little bit more refined, I guess, in their offensive attack. Don't want to be giving away free goal.
No, you never want to give away a free goal, and here comes Big C again, powering through. Sammy will choose not to, and there's a little bit of that refining conservative play that the Sabres are bringing out quickly. It is Sammy who will follow this ball down. I'm not sure if he has the boost. Will force the 50-50 win, and the Hurricanes are going to corral here in the side. Big C choosing not to go for it, and that will be probably a negative on his checklist.
I don't know why he stops in that corner. I think he's just not ready for the bounce. At the very least, you know you got Sammy behind you. Might as well throw yourself at the ball just to put some pressure on it. Unfortunately, doesn't happen. The Hurricanes off a well-placed shot. Blitz as well, quickly up to it, does a beautiful job of picking the spot as well. But now the Hurricanes, with this 1-goal lead, 2 minutes left to go. Talked about a change in complexion in the last game. Does it lead to a Game 5 decider?
Well, it may, my friend. And the Sabres are looking to corral this ball in the mid. This is high. Sammy, the touch just misses it. That was a golden opportunity, and the Sabres are going to miss out on it completely. Blitz trying to push the issue. Has the shot off of a mistake by Big C on the line.
And I mean, this is another one I got to watch again. It didn't look like Big C was going to miss that ball, but unfortunately, it's just flipping a little bit too early, I believe. Blitz going to be able to touch that one home. All of a sudden, the Hurricanes with 2 goals in the lead now, and the Sabres just doing what they can to fight this off. Lead 2 in the next minute 20.
Well, Sammy's going to try to start this one off. Big C not able to get the finish. It's quite the save, although Blitz did not get credit for it. And he's going to slowly break this ball out. It is 65 seconds to go. Big C tries to power through into the corner. Sammy keeps it high off the backboard, but Scorpio Rising, this is a great read. Can they get behind it? No. Blitz, the long clear, and it's back to the drawing board for the Sabres, as the Hurricanes are just reeling in the momentum at this point.
Well, Blitz looked like had a better shooting angle than that. Tried to sneak it in near post. Good play from Sammy to make the save, but this is the Hurricanes certainly feeling this game and really feeling like they've got a good chance in this series now. A lot of momentum carried over from games 3 to 4. Assuming nothing crazy happens in these final 18 seconds, a lot of momentum is going to carry over from games 4 into 5, and the Hurricanes really given a gift of an opportunity to try to come back in the series. Or again, Kendall, remember, they were, 15, 20 seconds away from dropping the series a game ago, and now all of a sudden, you're heading into Game 5, a decisive game number 5. I don't think the Hurricanes could be any happier with how these last 2 games have gone.
If I were a Hurricane or a Hurricane fan, I could not be any happier. And at this point, Blitz has passed up Sammy on the head-to-head goal-scoring competition. We're keeping track of things like that. I'm kind of petty, Hunted. I'll tell you what. And it's been a steadfast effort. The Hurricanes have not gone away. It's very easy after 2 losses, the way the Sabres smacked them around, to just give up and fold. But we're talking about 2 teams in middling confines, 16-14, 15-15. Neither of these teams about ready to give up. And if you have to ask me how this last game's going to go, well, 1, I'm very glad that we're getting full-on content. But 2, case the record for the Sabres doesn't look very good.
It's a tough call, I think. Again, the Hurricanes' massive momentum heading into this one. Really, if the Sabres want a chance, at least in my opinion, they've got to score early. I mean, we talk about that as kind of being the key for a lot of teams in a lot of games, but I think it's more so important here for the Sabres to score early and make the Hurricanes think about their play a little bit more, kind of put that seed of doubt in their minds, because right now they're playing like they can't do anything wrong. And if that's the case, it's going to be a confident opening couple of minutes here for the Hurricane.
It is going to be off the kickoff, Big C bringing this one all the way in. He has literally been really the player of the game throughout this series, and I think it's going to take an even bigger effort from him in Game 5 for the Sabres to pull off a win. I mean, he leads the way in goals for either team at the moment with 7 total. And he has been the catalyst of what the Sabres have been in this matchup. So here he is. Oh. And this just gonna roll in? Yes, it is. Wow.
Well, hey, the catalyst starting the fire of game number 1. Not really expecting this to go in. Scorpio Rising had to respect the touch from Sammy, but it never comes out. Bounces over the defender, and the Sabres start the scoring. So important. Oh no, is Sammy?
Oh no. Yeah, this is beyond the returning zone. I think they have to play this out. And Sammy, oh no. Well, I'm actually not sure how they're gonna call this one, because he ripped with a goal already on the net. We may see something very interesting here. Somebody needs to get in my ear as far as letting me know how they play this one out. So there is no reset. There is no reset.
According to the rule book, you can't reset if a goal's already on the board. And it's unfortunate that it comes in game 5 as Blitz is going to score again, and we can only hope that that Sammy rejoins the game soon here, as with 3:45 left to go, the Hurricanes going to take a 2-1 lead. And now, I mean, it's a tough spot. This is not a situation we often find ourselves in, but the Big C has some big shoes to fill right now. Has to try to keep the damage to a minimum here, Kendo.
Yeah, and he will try to do just that. If they can keep it within 1 goal, though, I do feel like this is a spot for the Sabres to potentially make a heroic effort. Big C doing a good job stalling this out in his own defensive end. Although that 50-50 not going to go his way. Scorpio Rising missing out. Blitz, the shot on, scores. And there's no, this is just, it feels bad.
And again, unfortunate timing with the connection loss. We You know, I wish there was more that we could do. And again, I mean, according to the rule book, the rules are the way they are for a reason, as it does look like Sammy's rejoined us here, Kendo. So the Hurricanes, they get 3 on the power play, if you will. And now it's up to the Sabres. They've got 3 minutes left, so it's not like they're out of time entirely, but 2-goal deficit against a team with confidence, not going to be easy.
No, it's not going to be very easy at all, and you're at halftime, my friend. Like, the clock doesn't stop for Sammy not being able to be in the lobby, so they're at a huge disadvantage here. The Hurricanes directly benefiting from Sammy all 3 goals during the time that he was not available to make any plays on the ball. This is going to be a shot on blitz. It has the follow. Big C does keep it out, though. There's still hope in the Sabres corner.
They need to get on the offense. Looks like Big C going to be pushing it right here. That was a huge save. Keeps it to a 2-goal score. With 2 minutes left to go, can't be playing defense now.
2 minutes, as you said, blitz. Ball towards the net. Now Big C has a chance to bring this around. Just has to get around Scorpia. Cannot do so. And Sammy gets demoed for their effort on the other end. They need to create and not panic. That is the biggest thing, Hunted. And if they panic, they've lost already. And the Hurricanes just going through with demo after demo as well. Like, this is demoralizing.
This is what I was talking about. This is why you didn't want to see the Sabres get behind in this game. They scored that first goal, and I thought, it would look great for them to try to take the Hurricanes' confidence out of the picture. But again, now with this 2-goal lead, might be able to be closed in on, but Big C just can't get there in time. And when you're playing against a team who's feeling as good in a game as the Hurricanes are right now, it's so difficult to find any room.
Yeah, Big C needs to be unrelenting. Sammy, the Sabres, they have to go full send at this point, Hunted. There needs to be 2 goals on in order to force this overtime. And the only way you're going to do that is by pushing the tempo and the issue with all that you have. 39 seconds now. They've missed 1. They've had more opportunities than not, though. So there's still a sign of hope, but the Sabres, desperation setting in. This is a high lofter for Big C. Sammy, shot towards the net. Scorpio rising, keeping that ball out. Wow, in the chat as Big C cannot believe they're trying everything, but the Sabres still unable to score.
Maybe a chance, but he can't get the flick. The flick's not hard enough. It looks like it's the fall for Sammy, but that's going to be it, Kendo. The Hurricanes will walk away with a reverse sweep over the Sabres. And as unceremonious as it was, you have to give credit where credit is due to the Hurricanes. They played well in that 5th game. They took advantage of the circumstance, and in the moment, those final 3 minutes, the Hurricanes did not let off the gas pedal. They did not allow anything to find its way through for the Sabres, and a deserved victory here for the team in green.
Mercy, my friend. And what a monumental effort as well from the Big C. Had a complete and utter game out of this one. I'm looking back through the stats here. This man came in and he had 11 saves total. Was defensively a brick wall for his team. 8 goals as well. And the effort was there. He just did not get as much help from Sammy. And of course, I feel like Sammy, in retrospect, given that we had Sammy go out in the first game and now here in the last game, I think Sammy might have been operating on maybe half a console or what was going on there. I don't know, but definitely something broke in the internet.
I mean, it's unfortunate. It's when things like this arise, I try my best to not to focus on it. I mean, the timing again was very unfortunate with that, and it's one of those things with this being an online game. Gotta be able to deal with that when it happens, and again, I don't want it. I don't want this to take away from the Hurricanes' victory. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it was, like I said, it was a come from behind. It was a reverse sweep at the end of the day. They were looking down and out after game number 2, and you talked about how Big C came out and played very well, and I think a large part of that, again, was due to the Hurricanes just not looking very good early on. A lot of key defensive mistakes, but they did what they needed to do, and they cleaned it up. They played with confidence in those last games. And again, I do want to say well played to the Hurricanes, and again, a well-deserved victory, and hopefully this will lead to bigger and better things for them throughout the season.
Yeah, hopefully it will. But the Sabres, still an extremely quality team, and while they may be 1-6 on their series score, they are still just one loss, or one win away from being a 500 team yet again, and 1-5-0 from really putting themselves vaulting into that playoff picture, which is kind of slowly creeping up on us, Hunted. They're still in striking distance is what I'm trying to say. So credit to the Hurricanes. They will put themselves over 500 firmly. The Sabres, they still have their work cut out for them, but they are still within striking distance down the road. We saw two very good, high-quality teams here, and they're going to continue to develop. As it is the Academy League, you'll love to see it.
Well, Kendo, unfortunately with that means that our night here is done on this lovely Saturday. We will have more Rocket League action throughout the night tomorrow, on Sunday, on both here at MLE Sports GG and on our secondary channel, MLE Sports GG2. That channel starts at 7, I believe, 6 o'clock. Sorry. 6 o'clock Eastern. We start here at 7 as normal. And while we say goodbye, if you are new to the MLE and you are interested in joining this league, and I really do highly recommend it if you love playing Rocket League and you'd like to see yourself on these broadcasts in the future, please visit our website at mlesport.gg/apply, and that will give you all the information you need to join up here at the MLE. There's a couple of questions to fill out, a little bit of a process, but I promise it is quite painless. We do it to make sure that the community stays 100% lovely. Kendo, as I'm sure you have stories from your time here at MLE and all the wonderful community members we have.
MLE is an absolute family, my friend. Hats off to everybody, as we'll throw that to the side. I mean, we're trying a balancing act, and of course, every day is a balancing act sometime. But you absolutely love this community. Feel free to join the family. I've referred to it as that for the past 3.5 years. It literally is a family. There's a camaraderie. Find yourself a team. Grow together. Any rank at all. Foundation League starts out at the bottom of the barrel. If you're just learning Rocket League, there's no better time to join Minor League Esports than right now, as you could go from a silver all the way up to a diamond in just a single season. I guarantee it. Give us a try. Contact a moderator. Find out how to get involved. Minor League MLE. Let's see, mlesports.gg, and I'm pretty sure there's a little join button in that top bar. You want to get us checked out. Of course, we have the gamut of sponsors to go through, and I would be a fool not to mention first my personal favorite. They've been with us for so long. Balls Garada, the Balls Play of the Week, the staple of what MLE has become, and you love to see those plays. There are times where there's the plays that you don't necessarily like. We're not going to talk about the play that I didn't like from this last game. That's not a Balls Play of the Week. But if you see a play that you love, clip it, ship it, hashtag it MLE when you get the chance, because your favorite player could have a chance to win a case of Balls Garana, the smoothest energy soda there is. I drink a lot of balls, my friend. Not so much anymore, because we're on the keto diet at the moment. We're trying to lose the weight, get nice and fit, nice and trim. But it has been a steadfast mainstay of my diet for a very long time. Of course, Powerade It is the official streaming controller of Kendo Slice. I've got it with me around here somewhere. I kind of did the lazy thing and did director cam most of the day, Hunted. I'm not going to lie, my friend. Today has been a long day of casting, and I'm going to keep on rambling on. But PowerA, check them out, PowerA.com. The Fusion Pro controller is the way you want to go. You like Xbox Elite controllers? And you have problems with your bumpers always dying every 6 months, why are you paying $170 for a controller when the Power A Fusion Pro controller is half the price and twice as nice? You got to love it, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, 8 p.m., it is your content turned up. They are the title sponsor of MLE and Forge Coaching. Get yourself some coaching. You want to learn a little bit? It's very affordable. They got multiple levels of training coaches. You got to love all the sponsors of MLE. I've been going on, and I will keep on going. Hunted, please take us out before they...
Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so very much for watching. We appreciate you here. We will see you again tomorrow night, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on Minor League Esports. But that has been it. Big thank you to everybody in the production team. Big shout out to Just Staying Alive, our broadcaster today, and Gibby for the match adminning all throughout the night. Thank you all so very much, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. This has been Minor League Esports presented by APM Music. Have a great night.